Welcome back, beautiful soul family, to Celestial Codes Angel Numbers Decoded. I'm Samuel the Lightweight Shower, and today we arrive at a number that brings wisdom into structure, angel number 147. 147 appears when your spiritual understanding is ready to become more than insight. It's ready to become practice. It's ready to become discipline. It's ready to become embodied mastery. So, do not waste your mastery and welcome to your mastery. This number carries the message that wisdom must be protected. That's the other meaning. Not hidden, protected. Protected from distraction, protected from distortion, protected from inconsistency, and protected from being spoken before it is fully lived. Take a breath with me now. Inhale, reverence. Exhale, scattered energy. You are not being asked to know more. You're being asked to live what is true. What angel number 147 means? Angel number 147 is a combination of 1, 4, and 7. 1 represents conscious leadership, inner authority, and direction. 4 represents structure, discipline, protection, foundation, and practical order. 7 represents wisdom, spiritual insight, discernment, study, and inner mastery. Together, angel number 147 carries this message. Protect your wisdom through discipline and let practice become mastery. This number does not reward scattered spiritual curiosity. It supports grounded devotion. 147 says, do not only receive insight, stabilize it, practice it, live it, return to it consistently. Spiritual knowledge becomes power when it is integrated into the way you move, speak, choose, and build your life. 147 is the number of the disciplined mystic as well, the one who honors intuition but also honors structure. So the one who listens inwardly but also acts responsibly is the other version of that. And the one who understands that mastery is not created in one moment. It is created through repeated alignment, right? Science and spiritual bridging the scientific and the spiritual aspects of this numerological manifestation in your life. From a psychological perspective, mastery develops through repeated practice. The brain strengthens pathways through repetition. And what is repeated becomes easier to access. What is practiced becomes embodied. A single insight can inspire you, but a repeated practice transforms you. The nervous system learns through consistency. If peace is practice, peace becomes easier to return to. If focus is practice, focus becomes easier and becomes stronger. If discernment is practice, confusion loses power. Spiritually, angel number 147 appears at the same threshold. The 7 brings wisdom, the 4 brings structure, and the 1 leads it into action. You may notice 147 when spiritual insight meets grounding, discipline is being called forward, your studies require consistency, your intuition needs protection from noise, and or mastery is asking for daily devotion. 147 says, practice protects the wisdom. That is the bridge between spiritual knowledge and embodied power. What you know must be lived long enough to become natural. I'll repeat that. What you know must be lived long enough to become natural. The esoteric and sacred meaning of 147? Esoterically, the number 7 is the seeker, the mystic, the student of hidden truth and spiritual activation. It governs contemplation, study, inner knowing, spiritual initiation, and sacred understanding. The number 4 is the temple, the structure, the discipline, the walls that protect sacred space, the foundation that holds the altar. The number 1 is the initiate who chooses the path. So angel number 147 represents the initiate entering the temple of wisdom. It teaches that spiritual gifts must be supported by spiritual discipline. A gift without discipline can become scattered. Insight without grounding can become confusion. Sensitivity without structure can become overwhelm, and wisdom without practice can remain unused. 147 brings wisdom into the temple of form. It says, build a practice around what you know. Protect your mind, protect your energy, protect your study, protect your relationship with the Most High. Protect the sacred from becoming casual. This number is not about spiritual pride, it's about spiritual responsibility. Why you're seeing 147? Angel number 147 often appears when your spiritual path is moving from inspiration into mastery. You may be seeing 147 because you are receiving insight that needs grounding. You're being called into deeper study. Your spiritual practice needs consistency. Your intuition is becoming more refined. Distractions are weakening focus. Discipline is required to protect your gifts, and or your wisdom is ready to become embodied. This number reassures you you are capable of mastery through devotion. 147 does not ask for perfection, it asks for return. Return to the practice, return to the truth, return to the altar, return to the breath, return to the work, return to the relationship, return to your life, but return to the structure that keeps you clear. Only. Mastery is not never drifting, okay? Mastery is knowing how to come back, how to return. Return to your center, return to your heart, return to your courage, return to your love, return to your balance, return to your higher truth, return to your deeper insight, return to your mind being open to new ideas. Your relationship with truth is valuable enough to structure your life around. So this reminds you that your wisdom is valuable enough to protect and your clarity is valuable enough to guard. Alignment practice, the 147 alignment practice is the sacred discipline method. Let's consciously align with the energy of 147. This practice, like I said, is called the sacred discipline method. And step one is to identify the wisdom. Ask yourself, what truth have I already received that I now need to practice or integrate? Not what new message do I need, what known truth needs embodiment. Step two, choose the practice. Ask, what simple daily or weekly practice protects this wisdom? It may be meditation, prayer, yoga, qigong, journaling, dream work, okay, hiking. It could be being out in nature. It could be spending time with your family or your significant other, or just brightening up someone's day. Whatever it is for you, let it be what it is for you. But ultimately, it's just a simple daily or weekly practice that protects this wisdom. It can be meditation, prayer, journaling, study, energy, hygiene, or content creation, silence, rest, a boundary, a morning rhythm, whatever it is, it should bring you peace and calm. That is the calibration. Build the structure. Or it can bring you satisfaction. Guaranteed. Build the structure is the third step. Decide when and how the practice happens. Do not make it dramatic, make it repeatable. A sacred practice that repeats is stronger than a grand practice that collapses. Step 4, remove one distortion. Ask, what interferes with my clarity? Too much noise, too much input, too many opinions, too many options, too much urgency, too much comparison, too little rest. Remove one interference. That's all that you're being asked. And step 5, affirm and repeat. I protect my wisdom through practice. My discipline strengthens my spiritual mastery. Angel number 147 responds to devotion that can be lived. So anchor that in. 147 guided wisdom and discipline meditation that I leave you with now to activate you further into this frequency. So close your eyes and take a slow breath in and release. Visualize yourself standing before a quiet temple of light. The temple is simple, strong, peaceful. You step inside. At the center is a small flame. This flame represents your wisdom. It does not shout, it burns steadily. Around the flame, 4 pillars of light rise, one in each direction. These pillars represent discipline, protection, structure, and devotion. Above the flame, the number 147 glows softly. Repeat after me. I protect the wisdom within me. I practice what is true. Discipline strengthens my clarity. My spiritual path is grounded and blessed. Take another slow breath in. See the flame grow steadily and steadier. Not larger, steadier. Feel your own energy becoming steadier. Feel your mind becoming clearer. Feel your body. Remember that mastery does not need to rush. That steadiness is wisdom. That discipline is devotion. That is the blessing of 147. The integration in daily practice to live in the frequency of 147, practice what you already know. Protect your study time. Reduce spiritual noise. Build consistent sacred routines. Ground intuition before acting. Honor discipline as devotion. Let mastery develop through repetition. Protect wisdom from distortion. Crystals that resonate with 147 are amethyst for spiritual wisdom, clarity, and higher connection, fluorite for focus, discernment, and disciplined study and spiritual protection, hematite for grounding, spiritual insight into practice and spiritual healing, and selenite for purification, divine order, and connection to higher guidance. Use them during prayer, study, meditation, spiritual work, or anytime you are building consistency around your gifts. And remember, selenite can be used to cleanse and smooth out any fragmented, stagnant, or low vibrational or low output energy in and around your body. So if you're feeling like you have a throat chakra blockage, you can wave selenite over that and dissipate that energy. And that goes with any of the other energy parts in your body. It can also help with ascension pains. So getting selenite and just putting it on the pain or moving it around your body and trying to trust the sensations within your body to guide that healing for you. So this is my gift to you, and use any of this information during prayer, study, meditation, spiritual work, or any time you are building consistency around your gifts. 147 is not asking you to become rigid. It's asking you to become rooted in what is true. My closing blessing, beloved soul. Angel number 147 appears when wisdom is ready to become mastery through discipline, and that means through you. When you see 147 again, place your hand over your heart, left or right, it doesn't matter, and say, I protect my wisdom. I practice what is true. Thank you for grounding spiritual mastery with me on Celestial Codes, Angel Numbers Decoded. If this message resonated, like, subscribe, and share how angel number 147 is appearing in your life. Your devotion may be the confirmation someone else needs. Next episode is 148, the code of structured abundance, protected authority, and material mastery. Until then, practice what is true, protect your wisdom, and let discipline become devotion.